So, Acho, best-selling author you are. Which team needs a win more tonight, the Cardinals or the Seahawks?
Sal, it's funny because, number one, we look like Christmas up here in the,
Joe, we doing too
in the
much.
red and the green.
Burnt orange.
Number two, we look like the Cardinals-Seahawks matchup, again, in the red and the green.
Let's see.
But I actually think that the Cardinals, they need the win more tonight. Now, everybody knows that the sky is falling in Seattle, but hear me out. I'm going to go big picture again. I'm going to go macro before I go micro.
Okay.
If you're the Arizona Cardinals, if you're a Cardinals fan, they haven't really been good in 5-6 years, since Bruce Arians' third year there, the middle of Bruce Arians' tenure. The reason I know my brother played 4 years for the Cardinals, I was a hardcore Cardinals fan. So, they won 11 games. They won 13 games. They went to the conference, or the conference championship game.
Yep.
I'm talking basketball, football, you know, we versatile up here.
My
They
dog.
went to the conference championship game, lost to the Carolina Panthers. But after that, 8-8, 7-9. 5-10-1, 3-13 was in there somewhere. The Cardinals, Marcellus, have not proven themselves to be at the top of the mountain. I think this game tonight would be that huge step. It's not the top of the mountain, no. But if you're a Cardinals fan being led by Kyler Murray, you know what you mortgaged to get Kyler Murray.
Okay.
You mortgaged the first-round quarterback in Josh Rosen. You drafted Josh Rosen top 15 and might have even been top 10. It's evading me, but you draft Josh Rosen, then, Josh Rosen, you up out of here.
Go.
You got to go because we're bringing in Kyler Murray. That's a risky decision. It's a risky decision to get rid of a top 10 quarterback to bring in a number one quarterback. It's a riskier decision to hire a head coach who was 35-40. Who had losing seasons his final 3 seasons at Texas Tech, that is Cliff Kingsbury, even with the quarterback by the name of Patrick Mahomes. It's a riskier decision to make that kind of asinine move. I called it asinine at the time. But now, sitting at 6-3, you could go to 7-3. Wait a second. Now, all of these risky decisions that should have been judged and rightfully were judged, they all might pay off if you handle business tonight. Now it looks like you're legitimate. For that reason, give me the Cardinals needing this win more.
I like that. I don't love it because I'm looking at the flip, and I'm looking at the Seahawks, and I'm looking at them, and they have so much to prove. It's not so much the same gamble, but certainly a greater payoff. When you think about a Seahawks team with their quarterback that have won a Super Bowl before, could have won 2, but they only won 1. And then they said, let's go out there this year and prove we can win in a different way. Not defensive-led, not led by their rushing attack, led by Russell Wilson. Let Russ cook. So, one, you start off fast. You start off perfect, 5-0. But you lost 3 of your last 4 games. And all of a sudden, you start to question. You're starting to doubt what your philosophy is, what the premise is for this team. What are they really standing on in terms of foundation? Is it really the fact that we're going to try and let Russ cook and have confidence in that, and that could get us another Lombardi trophy? Or is it more of what we've been experiencing of late? A lot of losses. Remember, Russell Wilson has started 137 regular season games, but never lost 3 straight. Imagine he loses his 3rd straight against a team in his division when they already had a flip in philosophy, a flip in how they tried to support this philosophy, and it comes back to haunt them. To me, this is a lot on the line at stake for the Seahawks.
That's a good take. I love conversations like these because we're not super far one direction. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Let me push back. I was 30,000 feet in the air. Now let me get to 15,000. Let me get a little closer to micro.
This is your captain speaking. Let's get down here.
Let's get down to it.
Okay.
At this point still in the season, we're 10, 11 weeks in, whatever the case is. At this point, I don't care so much about how many wins you have. Now we'll start to determine who'd you beat.
That's where you are.
That's where I'm at.
That's
now?
where I'm,
yeah, we're
I thought you'd be there early to get confidence. You're there late. I need wins when you're late.
I don't care about the wins anymore because it's time to decipher who's a contender and who's a pretender. We're 11 weeks in. Like, I don't care about what you did in week 1, what you did in week 2. Are you serious or are you not? With the Cardinals, I am still torn. Here's why. They got 6 wins, bro. But they beat the Washington football team. They beat the Jets. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Seahawks. But that was in overtime. They beat the Bills. But that took a DeAndre Hopkins, Angels in the outfield, Hail Mary. Oh, and then they lost to the Dolphins. So as I look at it, not figure of speech, but literally speaking, They've played 3 playoff teams: Dolphins, Bills, Seahawks. Beat the Seahawks in overtime. You beat the Bills, by a prayer, and you lost to the Dolphins. Those are the only 3 playoff teams that these Cardinals have played.
Okay.
I am not convinced that these Cardinals are bona fide dogs yet. Because if you beat the Seahawks by a coin flip and you beat the Bills by less than a coin flip, we saw that, then I want to be convinced. As a Cardinals fan, I want to be convinced that this team is legitimate. If they beat the Seahawks again tonight, I don't care if it's by a point, I don't care if it's a fluke, I don't care if it's an overtime. If you beat a team twice, now I'm like, you know what? Bump all that. Bump luck, bump chance, bump all that. You are legitimate. You're a bona fide team. That's really why I think this is so important for the Cardinals to solidify their status.
I know you over there balling out of control, man. You're media mogul, next level kind of guy. The bigger you get, the bigger I look because I'm with you. So keep riding. Here's the thing, though. You have now fallen prisoner to your luxury, to your new influence. And that's how you're looking at the Arizona Cardinals. You're looking at it like, oh, you know what? Filet mignon, but temperature around 420. You're starting to get too detailed.
Can we pause here? See, I get my filet mignons Oscar style. You ever get them Oscar style?
I have.
With the crab meat.
Yeah. I didn't know what the hell. It just sounded rich. I kept saying, yeah. When they offer you something, you got to say, yeah. If not, they looking at you like, bro, you don't know? Oh, so I say, yeah, Oscar style. It's pretty good. Here's the thing. Your luxurious ass is sitting over there getting too detailed about what the Arizona Cardinals look like. How about they just make the playoffs? Go back to where I live. Necessity.
Okay, talk to me.
All right, here's the Seattle Seahawks. Yep. Forget luxury. They want to know first, forget are we legitimate? Are we even going the right direction? You're trying to say, do we have confidence in the direction we're going? Where the Seahawks are like, do we even have confidence that this is the right direction, let alone what we're doing? Look at the Seahawks in their wins and losses. Who have they beat? The Dolphins? That's about it that you're talking about in playoff contention right now. There's some outside teams, but I don't see a win over there where you have confidence if you're a Seahawks fan. So your argument, I could squash that again, paper, rock, scissors, because the Seahawks don't even know if they're going the right direction, let alone are they really contenders even going in that direction. You can say early season Russell Wilson, early season Seahawks, but I'm not seeing that. They have confidence slightly over this same Arizona bunch because, remember, 10 points up with less than 3 minutes to go. That's what that ball game was. And then, obviously, it flipped, and in overtime, Arizona gets to win. But if you're Seattle, you got to hang your hat on what you have most, which is you're still leading the NFL in scoring. You're still trying to figure out, is Russ cooking the best way? Or, let's be real, it's time to get this rushing attack back into the fold. I know we've had injuries at the running back position all around, but still, we have to change our play calling to give us balance, to shorten the game, to keep the field and possession in our favor, and then start to help this defense out. So look at the difference. Arizona's not going in there trying to say, let's recalculate our formula. They're just trying to win another game. I look at Russell Wilson, I look at the Seahawks, they may be recalculating the formula and still needing to win that same game.
I liked everything about that take except for one thing.
What, the Oscar part?
Oh, you said paper, rock, scissors. You know it's rock, paper, scissors.
Is it really?
It's rock, paper.
Paper wins more than rock.
Scissors.
Paper wins more than rock.
I didn't even know.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Yank.
Got you. I know what I'm talking about. Shoot. You know, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Man, you millennials change everything. What happened to the hood where we shoot? I ain't doing it again. I won already. I'm keeping my win.
Look, bro,
Thank you, America.
Everything was good with your take, but let me get back because it's hard to diffuse and defute what you're saying. Seahawks desperately need a dub. They desperately need a dub.
And a compass.
Yes.
And a compass.
They desperately need both of those things. But as I look at it, because I've loved this division, to me, this has been one of the toughest divisions in football for the last decade. The Seahawks are at the top of the mountain, Marcellus.
What mountain?
They've gone to the playoffs every year but once since Russ took over at quarterback.
And that was the year that Russ cooked.
True.
And see, that's where the confidence is waning.
I'm going to tangent there in a second.
Okay.
But they've gone to the playoffs every year but one. They went to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. The Niners, they got theirs. The Rams, they went. They got theirs. They didn't win it, but they were there. Yeah. So the Cardinals, they've looked at the top of this mountain. They're like, oh, Seahawks, we see you up there. Niners, we see you've been up there. Rams, we see you've been up there. But help. We're down here. Right. For me, if you're the Seahawks, bro, if you're the Cardinals, if you sweep the Seahawks in the season, nobody else can question you. But now let's go super micro and talk Kyler Murray.
Okay.
First-round pick quarterbacks we've seen fail and be questioned lately.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield came from the same college as Kyler Murray, University of Oklahoma. Similar playing styles. Baker was just as quick in the pocket. Obviously, Kyler much quicker outside the pocket and much more dangerous with the speed. Jameis Winston, first-round pick and quarterback. Marcus Mariota, number 2 overall. What are they doing? Then Kyler, you come in. Wait a second. They trade Josh Rosen just to go 5-10-1. Sure, you showed some promise early on, but 5-10-1. Okay, they had your rookie season. Sophomore year, you start off 2-2. You lose to the Lions. You start off 2-0. Oh, but wait, you've now won 4 out of your last 5. Maybe you are legitimate. It's time to be legitimate. It's time to cement the boss status. If the Cardinals go 6-4, lose to the Seahawks, knowing you only beat the Seahawks in overtime and you only beat the Bills by a prayer, you're looking at that team and you're like, y'all 6-4, but y'all are really about 4-6. I don't like playing those games. Just cement it. Show everybody who boss.
Yeah, but you got to remember, even if you split with think about it. You split with the Seattle Seahawks. If you split with them, is that going to kill your confidence or maybe just wound it partially? And it's going to be a wound that you can heal pretty fast going forward. I just don't see how that is damning to you. But what is damning to the Seahawks if they get swept?
That's real.
Think about it. Matter of fact, here's a nugget. Only 6 teams in NFL history have ever been swept by the same team in that year and win a Super Bowl that year. So guess what? Almost going by history, chances are we're not going to win a Super Bowl if only 6 guys have ever been swept.
Wait a second now. We got a tangent now. Because what that say about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers now? What that say about your Tampa Bay Super Bowl winning Buccaneers who've been swept by the Saints, sir? What that say about them?
Damn, your face look funny. You looking at me crazy, boy. Here we go. I said 6. I said only 6. And Seahawks ain't going to be 7. So, look, Tampa Bay is in a different conversation, in a different block. We're going to address that situation later, Your Honor. Can you stay focused on this case right here? Point being, I get you there. Like, only 6 gives you some hope, but not enough hope for this Seahawks team, as fractured as they look right now, to creep through.